那我们的第二个题目呢，其实在讲的是同样是数位人文里面远读的一个观念。那远读指的是说我想要利用 AI 一次性的读大量的文本。好，那在这个领域里面，有些人就用 AI 去阅读大量的这个小说。那于是呢，他们就想象到小说的内容里面，其实有一个很重要的资讯，就是地点的特征，还有这些地点的描述。所以他想要帮这个想出国玩的这些旅客们，好，利用他们曾经读过的小说，帮忙规划那个旅游的行程，好，让他们找到一些过去这些书本上可能在描述的过程中并不是一个实际的地点，但是实际上去了这些推荐的地点以后，可以有一些临场的这个体验。
Hello everyone, so today we are introducing our project, From Fiction to Reality, AI-powered traveling inspired by stories. So basically we're using AI to search for any story. It could be a novel, K-drama, anime, or a movie. And it will extract locations from the story using OpenAI or ChatGPT. And then it will link the coordinates of those locations to create an interactive map using Folium and also Google Maps API or embedding. And if you want to make an itinerary, like maybe a 5-day itinerary, you can also do so. I'm using our Gradio chatbot over here. So this is our code. We are using Python, but for our interface, we're using the Gradio chatbot interface. So here you can type your story name. For example, if you want Harry Potter, you can click here to extract the said locations. Yeah, it takes a little bit of time. So for example, these are the locations from Harry Potter, or the locations that are inspired from the Harry Potter movie. And you can make a Folium map with the story info. So this is the Folium map. However, the problem with the Folium map is that it is a static map. It doesn't have information about transportation or the time. So it just shows the location, the distance, and some information here. But if you make a Google map, then it will link you to the actual Google Maps. And you can even like customize it. If you can remove some places that you don't want to go to and customize your journey. And for the story travel chatbot, you can also ask this question, this prompt. Please provide me a 5-day itinerary for the locations above. And it will generate an itinerary for you. And this can be personalized, which means you can choose whether you wanna, for example, if you wanna go to indoor places only and not outdoors, you can also like say it to the chatbot. And we even had like a student earlier that said like, oh, please plan the flights for me, the flight ticket, which one should I buy? Because it's powered by ChatGPT, so it's very flexible. Yeah, so far that is our project. And we also have this. It's basically these 5 stories here. We already made like a exhibit to show the results of our work. For example, this is Lord of the Rings, and these are the maps that we have generated from it. And also this one. Yeah, so for now, we can actually use you can input any story that you want to input here. So yeah, so basically you can follow along here. So you can travel by train, travel by bus, but I think maybe for the flights, it's still a little bit difficult. You need to design your prompt properly. Yeah, it also depends on what you put in the ChatGPT. Yeah.
And also for Lord of the Rings, it's like this in New Zealand. So although it is a completely fictional and fantastical story, the ChatGPT used the filming locations for the travel itinerary. So these are just some examples of what we can provide the users, and this is how we decided to show our results during InnoFest.
our app allows you to follow along the character's journey, see the locations, sites, and landmarks found in the story using AI. So it's very applicable for everyone, basically. Basically, one of our main problems was how to differentiate our AI project from ChatGPT, because you can just go to ChatGPT and type it there, right? However, ChatGPT doesn't really give you maps, doesn't give you like the Google map, so you have to manually do it yourself. So in this way, we can actually consolidate or summarize everything in using our program. And so that's what the professor advised us. He advised us to make a way to make it easier for users instead of having them do it manually. Yeah.
So the feedback is basically maybe we could add some photos when we generate the locations. Like for example, when the locations are generated, some photos can be added to them, or maybe if it's possible in the folium map, when you hover over the pin, maybe it can show some photos so that the users can better understand what the location is like. The frequently asked questions, what if I put an obscure or not so well known novel or movie? So some people tried it during InnoFest and it actually worked. However, it's very they usually just give countries, different countries. For example, Star Wars, they for Tunisia or something, and then it was a lot of different countries. So it's very spread out, maybe impractical a little bit impractical to travel. So the location extraction function is powered by ChatGPT, so it can still retrieve data through distance reading as long as there's enough information online. So yeah, as long as there's information online, then we can kind of see where the second question, it also connects. So using real life locations inspired locations in the story, or filming locations, or locations in which there are fan-based or official museums or exhibits. So this is what if I choose a fantastical story which the setting does not exist in the real world? For example, Harry Potter, many of the stories that we gave earlier. So we just use this kind of framework. So for example, for Ghibli, we have the Yufuin Flower Village, that's a museum, or maybe Jofen. And also for the Red Stairs in Aogashima Island, and the filming locations from New Zealand. So yeah. That's the answer to our frequently asked question.
If you take a look at the proposal, okay, the proposal just mentioned that they are going to generate the tool, the plan by using the novel, right? But however, in the final, they add one more element, the movies, because not everybody read the books, right? So the older people, for example, my parents, they watch movies more than novels. So one of the advantages in this project that is they can upload not only novels but also movies. Okay. More than that, they integrate with Google API, Google Map API, and generate very similar as the audience result.